Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 32 of the Pokemon Cup series. Today we're here at Michigan International Speedway for the running of the Firekeepers Casino 400. Starting on pole today we have the 51 of John Andrews. On the outside is the 31 of Joshua Secully. Row 2 is Pichu and Christian Vargas. We have Derek Hamill and Igor Barreto in row 3. Alexander Rode the Milliken in row 4, and Robert Smith and Colin Francis will make up the rest of the top 10 in the starting lineup. Our winner from our last race at Martinsville was O'Neal Balvin, and he will be starting in the 20th position. So he starts right down the middle of the field, and we'll see if he'll win again here in the PCS. Cars will roll off the track here in Michigan. It is a very wide track. Expect fast racing, expect a lot of aggressive moves in this in Michigan. 3, maybe 4 wide is possible at this track. So a lot of possibilities can be done here at Michigan today. It'll be a 20-lap race and we'll see who's gonna be the one that wins it here today. I believe we have 13 races in the books. So will we see another winner, or will we see our first multi-race winner of the season? Pace car comes down. John Andrews will lead the field to the green. 12 races, I should say, are in the books. We have as many winners. Will we see our 13th here today? Green flags out in the Firekeepers Casino 400. Look at Igor Barreto already off to third place. Already 3 wide. We'll see though how long they will last. And Barreto, how about him? Moving up to the front to take the lead on the first lap. Here comes the 10 of Robert Smith. Barreto won it earlier this season, so he's trying to win for the second time. That second win would lock him into the playoffs. Barreto's pulled away. He's got a bit of a more breathing room. Oh no, there's a spin. John Gilbert in the back spins, and we have a caution. Now they're going to race for second as we see the cars that wrecked out, or some of the cars that wrecked out, and trying to avoid the carnage. And a battle for second, and it goes to Michael Canto in the 33 as we look back at what brought this caution out. Here's John Gilbert, very slow up high, didn't get a good run, and then Grayson Acevedo just clipped the 96, and Colin Francis was involved. He took his teammate out, but again, that was not intentional. Hit the 72 of Andrew Miller, and Gilbert was involved, so was Nathan Stapleton and Acevedo and Francis. Don't think that Acevedo, it was his fault of his own, but here's his view. John Gilbert was on the high lane. He didn't get a good run on that high corner. 48, I don't know what he was doing. I think he just couldn't find the 96's rear, and then he turns him right there. He gets spun out. 72, there's Andrew Miller getting hit, and Gilbert goes around. Involved were also Nathan Stapleton was also in the wreck. His teammate as well. That's Colin Francis. There you see the rear damage to the 47. And Barreto was pulling away. He was about to pull away, and then the caution came. So now we continue with this race. It appears that a handful of cars are going to be committing to pit road right now. Not everybody, though, is going to be taking pit stops. There's the 15 on pit road. The leader comes down, and a handful of cars as well. The other half stay out for now. The leader is going to be Michael Canto. Looks like some cars were thinking about going into pit road, but decided not to. They were just trying to pull off the trick moves against their opponents. Yeah, they were trying to trick their opponents. Ooh, wow. Yep, has a little contact with Roger Ray going into pit road. That's going to cost him some time, but he was in the back anyway. Let's see who comes out first on the set of stops, and already we have a handful of cars out first. Barretto finally comes out in the middle of the pack. Not a good pit stop for the team. And it was Johnny Gardner that led the field off pit road. His teammate Alex Hawkins fell behind, is just behind him. So the two cars from Penske, what a move for them. And what happened to Cody Lupton? Something went wrong. Uh-oh. What? Oh, what? Okay, so Lupton got turned off pit road by Igor Barretto. I don't know what Barretto was thinking. And Philip Goldberg was just sandwiched. Right here, Barretto comes off pit road, and then Goldberg just makes contact. I think Barretto was trying to get back at Goldberg, but instead he got back at Lupton. Wow, okay. That was some drama here off pit road between Barretto and Goldberg. Yeah, I think the 15, yeah, he was clipped by the 20, and the 15 tried to retaliate. The 15 tried to retaliate against the 20, and then he hit the 24 instead. Wow, that is costly. That was an uncalled move for those two. Lupton will get back to line, but who knows how much that damage would cost him in terms of getting a good finish. He was 32nd anyway, but yeah. Still, that's just not what he need. Obviously, that wasn't what he needed right now at this race. So, after all that drama, Michael Canto's your race leader in the 33 car. He'll lead us back to the green flag. There'll be 14 laps to go at Michigan. Here we go. Canto gonna lead back to the field. 3 cars out of the race, and green flag is back up. And a great start by the 33. And Pichu already going to take advantage of the restart by getting second from Rich Roy. Roy's trying to fight back on the high lane, but he can't quite get there, and it looks like Pichu might have clearance against the 14. These are the cars that stayed out in front, remember that, because they might have to come down on the next set of stops. Or they might have to come down under green flag, whichever comes first. 3 wide in the back, and Carter Friesen in the 38 gets the position in the top 5, and now Rich Roy is going to try to get second back from Pichu. And he will do so. Surprisingly, they're catching up to Michael Canto, despite making passes. Roberts moves to 3rd place over Pichu. Mike gets 2nd. Oh, they're catching up to Canto. They're closing in on Canto, even though they're battling side by side. They're getting the draft from the 33, trying to use that to reel him in. Roberts was thinking about a move, but obviously not going to quite get there yet. He might use the draft. Here comes Roy for the lead. Going to get enough draft, possibly to pass 33. Side by side into turn 2. Roy gets the lead, and Roberts uses the advantage, the draft, to get to 2nd. So it's Roy against Roberts for the lead now. And here comes Friesen. Friesen makes his way to 3rd place. Now Pichu gonna try to pass Friesen for 3rd. Here comes Roberts. Roy led the lap, but here's Roberts gonna lead the next one. Ten laps to go here at Michigan. And Roberts in front. Here comes Pichu. And here comes Ian Canario out of nowhere. He's also in the mix to win. And Roberts is gonna come down under green. He was one of the drivers that stayed out during the last caution, so he had to come down pit road. Now he gives up the lead to Pichu. Pete looked like Roy and Friesen were gonna pass him, and then they got slowed up by the 18 going down pit road. Allowed Pichu to gain a little bit traction and get the lead. There were 4 wide at the back there. I'm not sure how long they will hold it. Now the other drivers might come down pit road, and it looks like they will. The top 3 coming down. Canario comes down under green. But for the good part, they were able to make it through a little over halfway, so they might be good to go until the end. They're hoping for a caution flag, though. Only hope for them is a caution for them to get back in line and hope that the drivers in front of them pit. Since they pitted early, they might not make it on that one stop. But the others that pitted late were able to stretch it out a little further than halfway, so they could make it till the end. And now the other set comes down. Morgan leads the other set of drivers on pit road. Hawkins leads. Vargas trying to take it on the next lap. And there it is, Christian Vargas, your new leader. 2 drivers, 3 I should say left. Then Smart Barretto in the top 5. Vargas leading the field. Is he coming down in this lap? No. Saculli will come down though, so will Barretto. And there's the 11 of James Richardson and a handful of cars coming down as well. So everybody might be good, everybody except the ones that are still on the track might be good to go until the end. Looked like the 83 and 2 got in a little bit in the grass, but they were able to continue the race. They might have lost some time though. Looks like those 2 are coming down, the last drivers to come down pit road. The last ones on the track that didn't come out. It looks like they will cycle back. And Roberts is going to get its lap back. But the question is, who will be the leader when all these drivers come down pit road? Uh-oh. 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 Whoa. Milliken was in the grass. Really deep in the grass. He could have caused disaster. Thank goodness, though, that didn't happen. Surprisingly, we've had a couple drivers go in the grass off pit road for whatever reason, able to stay alive. Leaders come out. Vargas still leads over Hawkins. And these guys will not be in the grass. They're able to hang on. Let's see how the other drivers come here. Here comes Roberts. Are they going to catch? Roberts going to catch up to these 2? They'll be very close. 5 laps left at Michigan. And looks like those 2 are safe. Those 2 have gotten up to speed very quickly, and they will retain the lead. Hawkins, though, trying to pass Vargas with 4 to go. So they will stay in speed and able to continue the race. So these 2 will battle for the win. Unless if a caution comes out at this point, that will be overtime here, and we would need overtime at Michigan, and that would be something. Roberts was the one that got fresher tires. Lap traffic ahead is Nathan Stapleton in the 37, and both cars able to get by him on the high line. So no problems there. I don't know about the other drivers, though. Oh, Roberts has passed him. And now Smart goes up high. Oh, they cut him out. Wow, that was a close call. Wow. I don't know about these guys. Friesen's held up on the high lane. Gonna have to wait. And Friesen's still held up. It's gonna cost him some time. 3 to go at Michigan, and Hawkins clearing the 95 and hoping that a caution does not come out. He is hoping that a caution does not come out to force overtime. If he sees the white flag under green, He might be good to go. He just has to hold on against Vargas. So what pit strategy for the 22? It was a great one, but we'll see if it pays off. And there's no caution, so they'll be coming to the white flag with 1 to go here at Michigan. Only 1 caution all throughout the race. So Hawkins just glad to see the white flag under green, and now all he has to do is pull ahead of Vargas and hang on for the win. Pretty interesting race here in Michigan, but in the end though, it's possibly going to be Alex Hawkins taking the checkers after a long wait. He's going to come off the final turn. He'll take the win in the Firekeepers Casino 400 at Michigan International Speedway. So another different winner here in season 32, and it's Alex Hawkins. He wins at Michigan. So the Penske team finally breaks through with a win in the new 22 discount tire Ford. Hawkins wins at Michigan in a pretty solid race. 13 races in the books, and now 13 different winners to start the season. Impressive streak we've had going. And here the rest of the field, how they finished. Francis, Gilbert, Miller all retired, where the only 3 cars were that didn't finish the race because of course they crashed out on the first caution on lap, I believe it was lap 2 that the first caution happened, and so that's how they got wrecked, and that's why they were out of the race. But congrats Alex Hawkins on winning today here at Michigan. And let's look at the points standings. We have a new points leader after all that. 6-point new regular season points leader. It is Cody Smart. A 6-point margin ahead of Colin Francis, who had held the lead for a while early in the season until this race. Friesen is 3rd and Yepes is 4th. There's Balvin and Roy. They might be safe in the playoffs to get in the playoffs on wins alone, because they're in the top 10 in points, and the rest of the top 10, they have to win in order to have a shot at being in the playoffs. And here are the rest of the point standings on where they rank in the field. Hawkins, the winner today, ranks 26th in points. May or may not make him into the playoffs, but you never know. We had as many different winners as races here so far this season. The streak could continue in our next race, in our 14th race of the season. So, hope you enjoyed this race. It was a pretty cool one, a pretty solid race with some excitement into it. That's what I like about these races. Alex Hawkins is your winner, and we will see you next time at Kansas Speedway. So, Kansas is going to be our next race, and that'll be a lot of fun to do. So, that's it. We'll see you at Kansas as we join Alex Hawkins in victory lane right now. See you guys later.